Hey everybody, Striders here with another pre-game stats breakdown, and for the red team we have Vladimir, Jayce, Lee Sin, Janna, and Sivir versus the blue team, which has Nunu, Draven, Sona, Rengar, and Gragas. Starting off on the top lane, we have Jayce versus an AP Rengar. The Jayce mains AD carry, while Rengar mains top, so that's going to give Rengar a huge advantage. Jayce has never been played by this person, so I'm a little bit worried, on top of the fact that he does also not main top. Rengar mains top and has over 100 games played with Rengar with a 67% win ratio. So I'm definitely going to give the top lane to the Rengar and the blue team. In mid lane, we have a Gragas versus a Vladimir. Vladimir mains AD carry while Gragas mains caster, so that's going to give Gragas just a kind of little bit of an edge over the Vladimir. And Vladimir's played by this person about 58 times with a 53% win ratio, while Gragas has been played by this person 46 times with a 55% win ratio. I'm going to give this lane to the Gragas as well, just because he mains caster. The stats are too close to really differentiate and say just strictly off stats. So I'm going to go ahead and give that to the Gragas. As far as jungle goes, we have a Lee Sin versus a Nunu. Nunu mains support while Lee Sin mains jungle, so that's going to give Lee Sin a pretty big advantage. But Nunu's been played by this person over 800 times with a 55% win ratio, and Lee Sin's been played by this person about 370 times, which is still a ton, with a 54% win ratio. I'm probably going to give this one to the Lee Sin just because Lee Sin has a little bit more lane presence than Nunu. He also main struggle and has a ton of games with Lee Sin, and Lee Sin's amazing if you can master him. And then we have bottom lane, which is Sivir versus Draven for the AD carries. Sivir mains caster while Draven mains AD carry. So I'm just off that and the fact that Sivir's only been played by this person once, when Draven has been played by this person 30 times with a 46% win ratio. It's not that high. Sivir's won all of one game, but I think the main of the AD carry is definitely going to carry him into victory for bottom lane. And then if you look at the Janna versus the Sona, Janna mains jungle while Sona mains caster. Janna has been played by this person 14 times with a 50% win ratio, while Sona's been played by this person 43 times with a 69% win ratio, which is huge. So the bottom lane is definitely going to go to the blue team. I can already say that now. So overall, if you add up everyone's win-loss percentages, you have the red team that has a 54.38% chance of winning, and blue team with a 57.36% chance of winning. I'm going to definitely go ahead and side with the numbers on this one and go for the blue team. I think they will win. So let's go ahead and jump into this game and see what happens. Hey everybody, Strider's back with another daily high ELO casting. This is going to be the second part of today's daily on the NA server, and we have quite the lineup actually. I really like Denlow. I think he plays a fantastic Lee Sin. But then again, Owl is probably one of the best Jannas that I've seen in solo queue. And of course, Chaox, he's playing Jayce, which is interesting. Nien playing the Vladimir, doing what he does. I'm not 100% familiar with EatMyChidori, but if he's anything like his name, I'm sure he's awesome. SnEaKyCaStRo is pretty good. I haven't seen him play Draven though. That should be really interesting. Actually, I'm really excited about that. And of course, FallenBandit playing his AP Rengar that he kind of pioneered, I would say. I would say he pioneered it. Sure, I'll go that far. But yeah, this should be a really interesting game. And of course, Gragas, always a really fun champion to watch play just because he's large and in charge. I'm super excited for the new the skin that's coming out for him, the Oktoberfest Gragas. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I want that so bad. And yeah, it's going to be pretty much the greatest thing ever. Both teams are playing relatively defensively. Blue team threw down a ward in mid-river right here just to see if the red team was going to counter jungle at all. And I'm assuming that's because they want to start off with the red buff. That's typically the only reason you would really do that, is if you wanted to start off with that buff and you wanted to make sure that you didn't get counter jungled. Or at least if you were, you would know, so you can go to their jungle, that type of thing. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm really excited. Everybody on this, on both teams are extremely talented players. Based on the picks, let's see, who do we have here? Nunu and Draven. Or actually, it's going to be Sona, Draven bottom, but Nunu's jungling. And Nunu Draven, that Blood Boil on Draven is going to be absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how well Draven is going to be at catching his axes the whole time. That's going to be the interesting part. Now, so red team is going to be going in, trying to prevent that little bit of extra experience. And yes, Gragas is going to pick that up just because Gragas can. And yes, the leash is coming down for that Nunu to take the red buff. No probs, no probs. Red team has, in fact, warded the Wraiths, though. So that's going to be extremely useful for them to find out where Nunu is at all times. And that was a huge consume from Nunu. Holy cow. It looked like it healed a lot more than it should have. I'll just put it that way. That was crazy. It did like almost half his health. Oh, Rengar is coming in. It doesn't quite have anything. It's just building up his stacks right now, which is exactly what he needs to do, of course. And he might be able to get a nice huge burst on. Oh wow, okay, so that's going to be a pretty dirty thundering blow at all times. He's going to be able to hit that Rengar away. It is on a relatively long cooldown though, so it's not going to be spammable like the Bullet Strike. Bullet Strike is going to be ridiculously good. It is on a 11-second cooldown itself, so actually it's pretty close to the same as far as harass goes, but Jayce is ranged, so that's really going to help. The jumping out of the bush and then just kind of running away, that's... You don't really know what creep he's going to go onto at that time. And wow, Draven taking 2 tower shots going really low for no reason. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I think he went just a little bit ahead of his creep line. It was a little bit of a mistake. A little bit of a misstep. That's okay. And, wow, okay, so Spell Shield does not absorb the spinning axes. Good to know. I didn't think it would, to be honest, but because it's basically just a proc on hit effect that doesn't really do anything besides bonus damage. But it's still good to know for future references. And Sona doing a really good job at harassing, but she's running out of mana really quickly, and that's going to be dangerous. Oh, top lane, Rengar could have some issues. Now he is going to jump to the minion, kind of run away. Jayce is going to throw that shock blast and actually barely miss him. A great flash by Rengar. Going to be able to get out of there without any problems. And they're just going to kind of back off. Nunu's here for the support. It's not going to happen though. They're not willing to do that. But great job by Nunu just showing his presence there. So if they were going to chase him, they had a double buff Nunu in the bush just waiting for him. And that would have been a whole other different bad scenario. Gragas actually getting taken down pretty low here by the Vladimir. So Vladimir's doing a pretty good job right now, it seems. Vlad does have 23 CS versus Gragas' 22, so it's pretty even. Health is actually about even now, but Vlad will be able to regenerate quite a bit of that. Oh, now Vlad is actually going down pretty low, but he's getting baited. This is going to be catastrophic. Yes, that is going to be a free first blood, and that was a huge bait. Great job by Lee Sin and Vladimir. That combo was just perfect. He kind of ran away, knew he was low. They timed, I don't know, a lot of it was lucky. I think he was, the Nunu was coming out of the bush here, so it kind of forced Vlad to run top at the same time where he was just running away, and he wanted to run that way. So, just overall great job and great positioning by that Lee Sin. Wow, okay, so Vlad did have to pull that one. It's not really going to do much damage when he's so low. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Nunu has all this Ice Blast level 2. Pretty standard, though. Usually you get Ice Blast, possibly Blood Boil, but usually it's Ice Blast, and usually you get like level 2 and Consume relatively early, just to help out with those jungle creeps. Delicious. So far, bottom lane, Sivir's 23 CS versus Draven's 36. So Sivir's having a little bit of a tough time. It looks like when they were pushing to the tower and the tower was taking the creeps, she was a little bit more concentrated on throwing down the harass because Draven took 2 tower shots. And that might have not been planned by Draven, but it definitely gave him a huge CS advantage just because the tower was taking that out. And oh, there's going to be a nice little exchange and a great Thundering Blow coming out. And wow, Rengar is just bringing on the beats right now. Jayce is going to have to go back from that. That was quite a bit of harass there. Now that we do see Sona coming back down, she's not quite there. She's probably going to end up warding, but they do see her warding. Yes, they do see that ward. And now Gragas is kind of following behind this Lee Sin. He's definitely going to not go in on that because I don't think that would be really good for his health whatsoever. And Gragas is just pretty much content on farming, which is what he ends up. He needs to do anyway. I mean, Gragas, he's pretty good, but he really needs those items. And a great stand aside coming down. Is it less? The last spinning axe is gonna pick up that kill. Great job by Draven, getting that little bit of a stand aside, and then the spell shield coming off just a little bit too late. It's always I hate that the timing is so weird on that spell shield sometimes though, because you can actually absorb 2, even 3 spells from the same person if it's timed properly, because it has like a little lag time afterwards and it still absorbs spells. I don't know if that's really intended, but that is what happens. And now, they might be going after the Janna. Wow, there's a huge chunk down on a Janna. Now Sona's tanking the tower, and they force Janna out of her tower. She is going to exhaust. The stand aside, not going to do too much. The exhaust is going to come out, and now Janna, yes, does go down to Sona. Sona going to die. Oh my gosh, goes down to 40 HP. They do have a ward to prevent it, but it looks like the Ignite is really going to do a ton of damage, and the ultimate coming out from Draven is an absolute demolish. Oh my gosh. That was fantastic. It was like perfect timing in the level. He goes into the bush, he hits level 6, levels it immediately, and then throws down his ultimate. Oh my gosh, that was so disheartening for... Oh, I bet Sivir is so upset about that. She's like, he wasn't level 6 half a second ago. What happened? But the creeps came through. Ooh, creeps. That cannon minion probably killed that last creep too that came to the level. Oh man, that was just a wonderful play by the Draven. He was close leveling. He went into that bush, so he didn't see level. Oh, and a great battle roar now coming out, doing quite a bit of damage, but a really good exchange on Jayce's part actually. Jayce doesn't have it really all that much MR quite yet. He has 61 and 45 armor coming out from Rengar, so he's going to be able to absorb some of the damage, but not quite a lot. That's almost base. Rengar is now aware that there's a ward in this bush, because the minions kind of came to him there. And that Shock Blast just not really doing any damage, which is kind of surprising. I don't know if he's actually leveling that. It doesn't look like it. He's leveling up that acceleration gate, and I don't know if that's the best choice. It does give quite a bit of mobility, of course, but I just don't know if it's the best choice. Explosive Cast coming out, missing, completely whiffing the Vlad. Oh, that's sad. I hate when that happens. The Explosive Cask is so tricky though sometimes. Oh, now Rengar's getting initiated onto by the Jayce. The bow strike coming out. He's not able to get that. Oh, the ultimate now coming out from Rengar. He is invisible. And the wrong way goes the Lee Sin. Very good. Oh, now a huge engage going on the part of both Vlad and Gragas. Gragas is going to take quite a bit of damage from that ultimate. If he could have done one more barrel, that would have killed him, but it was on cooldown. So unfortunate. If he didn't miss that that explosive cast and he just saved it, he would have picked up that kill pretty easily, but that's the cost of doing business, I suppose. Rengar going in for doing quite a bit of damage. Just a huge exchange. It looks like Rengar is going to come out on bottom of that, but Jayce has the Ignite taken on him, and now he's taking a ton of creeps. And the Shock Blast coming out, almost killing him, taking him down to 50 health. There's no way he's getting out of this. The Tempest, oh wow, the Flash, yeah, the Tempest is definitely going to pick that up. I was like, he should just Tempest and then cripple. But he was going for the Sonic Wave. I guess he was trying to finish it off with style. Can't blame the guy. It's Lee Sin. He's got lots of style. Uh-oh. This could be dangerous. The Explosive Cast coming out, but now the pool coming down from Vlad. It's going to be on cooldown for quite some time. It looks like blue team is going to be able to take this tower now if they really wanted to. I don't know. It looks like they are going to, yeah. And this is going to set them up for a really nice dragon fight if that ever happens. Vlad is just so persistent mid, it's going to be very difficult. So what blue team has to do now is they have to send their bottom in mid lane, try to pick up a kill. Oh no. Great job using Sivir's ultimate. Janna's really low now. They could go for this dragon, and it'd be pretty much free if they did that. But now Gragas is still super low. So is the Vlad. I would really like... Oh, the Lee Sin could go in on this. It could be dangerous, so yeah. I really want blue team to go for dragon. That'd be a really good dragon time, but it might be a little bit too late. Janna is still here. She's really low though. Sivir's ult's down. So is Vladimir's, and that's a huge ult. They're just not going for it. I think there's a lack of communication on their team right now, because that would have been a huge dragon. They had Crescendo. They had every single ultimate on their team except for Explosive Cast. And now, Nunu's coming in. Explosive Cast is going to come out, yes, and it will pick up the kill. Lee Sin now coming in, doing a lot of damage, but he is going to end up having to run away from this. The Ice Blast is going to slow down his attack speed, and so is the barrel from Gragas. That's a lot of attack speed debuffing going on from the blue team, and I don't know if their Sivir is really going to appreciate that later on in the game once they get into team fights. If she gets hit by an Ice Blast, she does have the Spell Shield, so she could definitely survive quite a bit of it. But ultimate now coming out from Rengar, doing a ton of damage. He's going to end up backing off, and Jayce is going to follow up with some damage of his own. Not quite do as much of an impact, but it is going to be enough. Jayce now going down the Bullet Strike coming out. The Battle Roar. Oh, wow, he dodges that Shock Blast. Great job by that Rengar. That was impressive. Really fast reaction time. He didn't even need to flash, he just jumped to it. The Bullet Strike now coming out. Is he going to... Oh, Battle Roar. He doesn't get the second one. Very unfortunate. Thundering Blow coming out, but yes, he does pop his ultimate, jump onto him, and then finish up the kill. Great job by this Rengar. He's really going to have a really nice time in this particular lane. He's almost has that Deathfire Grasp already. He might actually have it at this point. Now blue team is going for the dragon, finally going for the dragon, and that is going to be a free dragon. And this is what makes Nunu an incredibly powerful jungler. The fact that he has that consume that does true damage, and then he also has the smite that does true damage. That's basically two smites on the same person, and it's going to amount to like 1,000 damage or more. So it's going to be extremely difficult to steal any form of buffs or neutral monsters like Dragon or Baron away from that Nunu. So as long as he is there, I don't know if red team can really do anything except for force to target Nunu down immediately, which is definitely not the target you want to go after per se, but if that's what it costs to take the Baron, it's definitely going to be worth it, but that's going to leave a lot of threats on board. Gragas is really low. He's going to throw down an Explosive Cast, but he will definitely go down from that Resonating Strike, followed with, that Sonic Wave with the Resonating Strike is just too powerful. Even when he got knocked away, he was just able to get there immediately. Wonderful job by Lee Sin just being able to pick up that kills. He's all over the map right now. He's the only one with kills on the red team, so he's definitely putting the team on his back. He puts the team on his back. But yeah, he only has 54 CS. But then again, I mean, Nunu only has 36. Nunu's been roaming around quite a bit. He does have 2 gold per 10 items as opposed to Lee Sin, who has none. So their gold is about 500 difference, which is a lot when it comes to CS. I'm surprised Nunu isn't doing a little bit more counter jungling, like just constantly taking the big Wraith. It's definitely something you can do. Rengar now coming out, doing a ton of damage to Jayce. Jayce is doing a nice exchange, throws down the Ignite, and now, the Safeguard coming out. Lee Sin is going to throw down that Tempest, and the Shock Blast coming out. Nunu's going to come in, and the ultimate from Rengar is going to be able to kill this. The double Battle Roar followed by the Bullet Strike, and the Safeguard away from the Absolute Zero is definitely going to do it. Wow, a great Dragon Kick followed by the Resonating Strike with style, and yes! The auto attacks from Janna are going to finish it off, and now Draven in the meantime in mid is able to pick up that kill. Now Nunu's running away for his life. Sona, is she going to throw down the Crescendo? Yes, she does, and I don't know if they're going to be able to survive this. Janna throws down her ultimate, gets quite a bit of health back from that, and now the exhaust coming down on Elisa, and they really want those double buffs. Now the shield coming down, is it going to happen? Yes, it will. Great job, and a little bit of follow-up damage on the Janna, just for good measures. And in the meantime, while blue team was able to take down a second tower, and that's going to be the first tower in mid. Wow, blue team is all over the place right now, doing a great job at counter ganking that Lee Sin, because Lee Sin's just been ganking non-stop. His transitions are absolutely beautiful. He's going from camp to gank to camp to gank, and it's absolutely wonderful. I really like seeing Lee Sins that have that type of abilities, because a lot of times with ganking junglers, Gragas is going to go in on this Janna. Janna's going to go super low, and she's definitely going to go down from that. Yes, she does use her flash too. She thought the shield was going to be enough, but it just wasn't quite there. And now, wow, that was a very interesting sonic wave. Another shock blast coming out, doing a little bit of damage, but not enough. Sivir taking quite a bit, but not nearly enough to really do anything. And the barrel is going to do a lot. Rengar's going super, super low. He is going to be able to heal a little bit off that Battle War, but it's definitely not going to be enough. And now Gragas is really going to have to get out of the way. He is able to slow down the attack speed of the Vlad. And that's really going to do much. Wow. Sona juked pretty much 4 members of the red team there, but she still went down. Not really much she could do about that except for try to save the Gragas from dying himself. Overall, wonderful job. Actually, hold on a second. Meow. The other video seemed a little bit loud on the sound effects, so I'm going to try to fix that. Oh, Lee Sin coming in for the gank, and is the barrel going to pick it up? No, it's not. It's going to take him down to 100 health. And Jayce is definitely coming from to the skies, or from the skies, to the skies, from the skies, to the skies. There we go. I know he was doing something from the skies. Or I guess to the skies. He was doing it to the skies. If you say it really fast, it's like to disguise. Anyway, sorry, I digress. I'm crazy right now. Vlad doing a wonderful job. He's at 165 CS, absolutely obliterating this Gragas. Gragas is only at 109, so he's definitely quite a bit behind. He's going to have to make that up. Jayce has 122 versus Rengar's 105. So top lane is also losing in that CS, but Rengar does have an extra kill, plus he had a gold per 10 item for a little bit, so he's still ahead in gold by about 500. That's going to be very useful. Draven, on the other hand, is at 155 as opposed to Sivir's 113, and that's going to be a huge factor. Plus, if you include the 2 towers and the dragon, that's a lot of extra gold for the blue team. They are about 5k ahead. And now there's a little bit of a dance going on mid, which is a little surprising. While Vlad taking a ton of damage, the explosive cast might come out. Yes, he is going to throw down an explosive cast. And a great pickup by Nunu, being able to get that kill basically for freeze. And a shock blast now coming out. Oh, Gragas takes a lot of damage. He's at about half health. Now Rengar comes in, throws down the double battle roar, doing a ton of damage. Wow. Well, yeah, so that was absolutely fantastic. He's also going to reduce magic resist on that battle war, which is really helpful. I mean, it's not by a lot, but it's going to be a little bit so that Gragas can get a little bit of bonus damage if he wants to, if he pleases. Shock Blast is absolutely clearing out these waves now. He does have that almost maxed. He still has that acceleration. Acceleration is a wonderful spell. It's like a mini Shirelia's, but I think it speeds up even faster than Shirelia's. And now the Resonating Strike is going to follow up. I don't know. Rengar is here. He's caught out by 2 members of the red team. This could be bad. Gets a slow from To the Skies, and he is going to go in. No, he goes down almost instantly. And that was definitely not well thought out. He did know the Jayce was there. He was taking creeps, and he knew the Lee Sin was there as well because Nunu was going away from him, or running away from him after he got hit. So I think Rengar would kind of tunnel vision just a little bit, but now in the meantime, blue team is taking on this jungler. Sivir's trying to come and do a little bit of harass, but wow, that's going to be a huge, huge slow. And Draven is definitely going to be able to pick up that kill really easily. Now the exhaust going down on Vlad, that's going to be basically another free kill. Yes, Draven gets the kill. The explosive cast just barely nipping that Janna. Not throwing her in the right direction, but it is still going to throw her in a direction that slows her down quite a bit. She's just so fast with that Zephyr. And now, Lee Sin is in the mix. He's going to be able to take down that Draven. And that is going to give Lee Sin quite a bit of extra gold since Draven was on a killing spree and he did get shut down. And now Sona might be going down herself. Yes, she will end up going down. And, that could have been really bad for him. But, oh my gosh, Janna's going super, super low. She might be able to survive this. I don't think Ignite's going to do quite enough. She lives with 49 health, using the safeguard just in case. And, oh my gosh, that's going to be a dead Jayce. Great snowball coming out from Nunu for that assist, just letting Rengar keep it. He's like, you know what? Just ult, take it. Take the kill. That's just how powerful AP Rengar is right now. It's a little gimmicky, yes, because, I mean, he is 4-0-4. He is able to see us relatively nicely in comparison to Jayce, who pretty much just wins his lane, regardless of who it is going up against. He's still doing a wonderful job, able to kind of stay away, avoid a lot of his spells by jumping around from that bush, and that top bush is really helping out his abilities. The thing about AP Rengar is that he has an auto attack resetter, that Savagery, which just does so much damage. And AP's, oh my gosh, a lot of damage coming out. Vlad is definitely going to go down from, oh my gosh, Draven gets it with his ultimate. Oh man, the Whirling Death, just too good right now. And the flash coming out from Nunu. He might try to get the Absolute Zero to slow them down. Yes, he will. Yes, it is going to come out. And that is going to be a huge slow, followed by the crescendo. But Sivir is going to be able to survive quite a bit, but she goes down. And that is a triple kill for the Draven. Absolutely beautiful. And if he continues this way, oh, it looks like that is a surrender vote, I'm guessing. Yes, that is going to be a surrender vote. I was like, I would be completely demoralized after that game. Very depressing. On a lighter note, blue team finally won. They broke the red team curse for sure. I know there was, I don't know, there must have been like 10 games or something in a row that I've casted that red team has won every time. It's like I favorited red team, but I was always rooting for the underdogs. Go blue team. That was actually a pretty big underdog battle. I was surprised because they just did a phenomenal job. The people on the red team are just extremely talented, each and every one of them. But the quirkiness and the weirdness of the blue team being the Draven that not many people are familiar with, that stand aside, is actually pretty powerful. And in conjunction with the Gragas barrel, it's just a lot of weird displacement that most people just can't tolerate. They hate it. It's so annoying. It's almost like getting feared by a shack box or a fiddlesticks. It's so annoying because you lose control of your champion. Anyway. But so that's it for today's double daily, I guess you could call it now. I really don't know. I'm still in the middle of doing the graphics for the new show. I did finally hit 500 subscribers, so I will be uploading a video. Actually, the video will probably go live before this one does because I have to render it, so I don't even know why I'm saying that in this video. But overall, thank you very much for all your guys' support, and I'll have a vlog that says a little bit more. But make sure, if you guys like my videos, to hit that subscribe button in the middle of your screen. If you want to see any next videos or previous videos, you can use those buttons on the screen as well. But besides that, thanks guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.